At this point, I can safely say that I've looked at hundreds of real estate ads and there are several recurring mistakes that keep coming up. So today I'll go through and show you those pitfalls so you don't make the same mistakes and are finally able to generate real estate leads for less than $2. Let's begin. Hey, Time. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Question of the day: what do you like best about Facebook advertising? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, so let's get started. I thought, what better way of illustrating the mistakes and pitfalls that I'm seeing than by actually going through and creating an ad alongside you, so you see what I am catching with all of these consults and what I'm catching whenever I'm being asked a lot of questions from real estate agents. So right off the bat, we're here at the campaign objective. So we're here selecting the type of campaign. One common mistake that I'm seeing is real estate agents are spending a lot of time on their landing page, and that is fantastic. They're making it actionable, they're making it to the point, they're making it useful to the clients. That is fantastic. Now the issue is that they go on to select the lead generation objective, where it doesn't even ask for a URL for the landing page. So going through all of that work and then selecting a lead generation campaign that doesn't even ask for that landing page. So that's a mistake that I'm seeing. It does ask for URLs after the fact, but not before. So that's a mistake that I'm seeing out there. There's nothing wrong with creating a great landing page. It's just understanding where you want to drive people to and what campaign you want to do that in. Now on the flip side, I'm seeing a lot of real estate agents going with the traffic campaign and not worrying at all about their landing page. I actually see this more often than the other, where they just don't put much effort into a landing page. It's just traffic is traffic. I'm just gonna send as many people as possible over to a landing page and making it work. That's not the right way of doing it. That is actually going to hurt your ads, because Facebook values an engaged consumer, an engaged person. So whenever they find that as soon as somebody clicks on your ad, you may have the perfect ad copy and they click on it and they go to your landing page or your website and they come immediately right back, they see that that is a bad user experience. So your ads actually get penalized and the relevance score starts falling. So you're making your ad less effective and more costly. So that is something to look out for. And then another thing is, when agents are trying to run conversion ads, they don't have their Facebook pixel installed. I highly suggest that you install your Facebook pixel across the board, but in order to actually make a conversion ad run, you do have to have your Facebook pixel installed and have an event, whether it's customized or a standard event, to actually run this campaign objective. So those are three mistakes that I'm seeing: lead generation part, the traffic campaign, and then conversions not having a Facebook pixel installed. So let's continue. All right, so we're here. So this is a new layout. This is relatively new. We're about 2 weeks into this new layout. So if you don't see this exactly as it is, it probably updated again, or you may not have this new rolled out design. You have the special ad category. This one, at this point, a lot of agents have finally succumbed to the realization that you do have to select the special ad category, regardless of what message you're making as a real estate agent. Even if you're not soliciting business, in a way you're branding yourself and are soliciting business. So I think at this point we've kind of gone over it plenty, but if you're running credit, employment, and housing type of ads, then you do need to select that. But at this point, I don't see many people trying to bypass that and running ads, because they're finding a lot of denials at the end of the rainbow. So they're trying to press confirm on that ad, it doesn't work. So we're doing good there. A/B split testing. You can do A/B split testing. I don't like it. I just, well, I shouldn't say I don't like it. I don't use it as much. I'd rather run the campaign first, copy that campaign, and then test whatever I want to test. So you can certainly do it that way. That is not a mistake by any stretch of the imagination. All right, so now we're at the ad set level, where we're finding a good amount of the mistakes is in the locations. So whenever you're selecting the location, people living in or recently in this location rather than people living in this location. So real estate agents are losing a lot of money by folks that really have no business in the location that they're advertising in. So that is money that is going out the window. So whenever you're advertising in a certain area and farming that area, then be sure to select people living in this location because that's important. All right, so I'm not going to worry too much about that because I didn't select the special ad category. So whenever somebody is trying to grow their Facebook page, trying to grow their brand awareness page, I'm seeing that a lot of people are not excluding people who already like your page. So as an example, if you are focused on growing your business page, growing your audience beyond the people that you already have engaged in your page, they're failing to exclude people who like your page already. So whenever they launch a campaign with efforts of getting new eyes, new people familiar with the brand, they fail to exclude people who already like the page. That's something that I see 99% of the time. That button right there is overlooked. Now, placements. This is super important. Whenever you're running an ad, regardless of who you are, it doesn't have to necessarily be real estate agents, but this is primarily who I speak to in this channel. Regardless of who you are, you want to monitor your placements. So you want to manually select the placements for several reasons. One, you're able to split test. It makes split testing much easier in seeing that, well, whenever I run a Facebook newsfeed versus a Facebook story, I get so many more conversions with my Facebook story. Then you have that data in order to double down on the stories rather than the newsfeed. So split testing is number one. Second, you have different dimensions with every type of placement. So the Facebook newsfeed, you see the placements. If I stop scrolling so wildly, you see the square 1-1 and images vertical 4-5 videos. Now over here, stories, you see the 9/16 images or videos. So these are more vertical style ads. So whenever you're running an ad, you want to have your dimensions meet these placements. So if you were to select all of them as they are highlighted right now, then you're launching an ad that might have a square image and you're trying to run it on your Facebook stories. It's just gonna look bad. It's gonna have that little square thing, and then the rest of it up and down is gonna be grayed out. So it's just not going to be the best use of your money, as you're not presenting your brand as it should be in the most optimal way. And also there are a lot of unproven placements, which kind of goes to the split testing aspect that I just shared, but there are a lot of unproven placements that appear on Facebook. So most recently, the Facebook groups feed. This is relatively new, about a month and a half old, maybe a month old. So you're gonna continue to see these placements that are not proven, meaning these are not proven to generate you results. So you're spending all of your money on apps and sites that are beyond Facebook. You're spending your money in places that people are not interacting with these certain placements or wherever your ad is showing. So you're spending a lot of money that way. That's why I suggest that you split test these as much as you can. Now, if you have a message that you just want to reach as many people as possible that already know you, and you don't have an image or video problem with how you're advertising, then I would select the automatic placement. So this is only with retargeting audiences because it is an audience that already knows you. So you're not necessarily reaching out to a cold audience and trying to get a first impression. So this is a way to make it seem like you're everywhere, because as you saw there, when you go to the manual placements, you're in other websites, not just Facebook. All right, so all mobile devices, for the most part, everybody is good about including all mobile devices. And what you're going to find whenever you're doing your reports, you're going to find that a lot of your leads come via the mobile device rather than the desktop. So that's a fun fact, and I challenge you to go into your reports and pull up that information. Optimization. So whenever you're optimizing, a lot of people are optimizing for link clicks versus the landing page views. The difference is that whenever you optimize for landing page views, it's optimizing for the folks that actually load up your website rather than just click an ad. So the difference is very subtle, but it's important. Whenever somebody clicks on the ad, they could very easily bounce out of your web page without it ever firing, without it ever loading, versus here, landing page views, as soon as it loads, yes, that's a view, which gives you at least an opportunity, even if it's a millisecond of an opportunity for your brand to show up rather than a bounce back click. So it's more pronounced in Google ads, the whole bounce back clicks, than Facebook ads, but here it's still very important. So that's why I suggest that you don't optimize for link clicks. You optimize for people that actually view your stuff, view your brand. One quick favor before continuing, please be sure to hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. Also, don't forget to check out my Facebook Ads Mastery for real estate leads. Link in description. All right, and at the ad level, what I'm seeing is in the Instagram account. Technically, you don't have to have an Instagram account in order to advertise over there, but I do suggest it. So it's just a matter of preference, but if we're going to be technical about it, then yes, you do want to have your Instagram account linked up because that is going to show much better. It's going to present much better, and you're going to keep people on Instagram rather than pushing them back over to your Facebook page. So if you have an Instagram account, then I suggest that you link it up. If not, then technically you don't have to, but just know that that's what that's about. All right, so I'm still seeing single image and videos working extremely well. Carousel, collection, really any type of these, I guess, user experiences, they are still working incredibly well. For a while there, the single images seemed to be a little bit more challenging to get some leads when I was split testing them versus a carousel ad, but now it really doesn't matter. And I had this conversation with one of my agents over in California, and we're split testing it now. It's still working. So single image or carousel right now, it's either or. Both of them are working fantastic. So I'm curious to see what your results are right now, if you're seeing more success with the single image or with the carousel ad, but just know that they're still working incredibly well. With the primary text, a little hack that I like to share is in the ad copy itself, so in the primary text, I like to include the URL, not the full URL that I'm sending people to. So if I'm sending people to a landing page, I like to put a link shortener like bit.ly. So put my URL into bit.ly so it shortens the URL, and then I like to put it in the primary text. It gives people another opportunity to go ahead and click on that landing page and go over to wherever I want to drive traffic to. And then of course, the biggest mistake that I'm going to see in most of the accounts that I either do consulting with or take on as clients is the Facebook pixel is not even created. That is heartbreaking because that's something that I harp on so often on this channel. Create your Facebook pixel and install your Facebook pixel. Even if you have no idea what you're going to do with advertising in the next day, in the next month, in the next year, install your Facebook pixel. It's going to give you so much valuable data that you want to have at your disposal whenever you are launching your ads. Well, now that you know how to get buyer leads the right way, you might be interested in learning how to get seller leads. So I'll link that video right here for you to take a look. And if you found value today, please be sure to subscribe so we can talk again soon.